Hey guys, Joe Wanna coming in here with a battle replay here. We're doing a 12-12 1v1 field battle. Myself, I am playing as the Commune of Milan, and I'm playing against Smokey. He is playing as the Duchy of Lorraine. Let's go over his army first. He's brought with him 5 units of the Moselle Merchant Marines up here in his front line. I mean, I just can't get over, I just want to say this, I can't get over the beauty of this mod for Attila Total War. I mean, the guys that worked on this, the Medieval Kingdoms mod team, is just absolutely fantastic artwork. I mean, just the diversity in the units and everything is it's absolutely fantastic. So I just wanted to say that. So yeah, he had brought 5 units of the Moselle Merchant Marines. He's got 2 units of the Armes d'Armes here, which is a very heavy shock infantry. So that's going to be quite concerning right there in his center lines. He's also brought with him 2 units of the Brabantzian Spears. Brabantzian Spears, there we go. He's got 2 units of those here on his right flank, being backed up by a couple of units of the Volkes Hausfaller and a unit of his Frank Archers. He's also got 1 unit of his Lorraine Courtiers over here on his far right flank. Let's get back over here into the middle of his army. He's brought with him 3 units of the Lorraine Pavis Abruzze. On his left flank, he has brought with him 3 units of the Alstian Ritter. Let's just get a close-in look on these guys. Again, still, I mean, just absolutely fantastic artwork. The time and effort that these guys have put in for this mod. I mean, even though the campaign is still not out yet, I mean, if you guys have Attila, this is absolutely the mod to get. This is also his general here, House Guard of Anjou. And I believe that is his general right here. So let's shoot on over onto my side of the battlefield. I have brought with me, there we go, just a mix of units, so I'll just go over it real quick. I had 3 units of the Spadaccini, 2 units of Rutatori, 4 units of the Milanese Futignori. 2 of them are regular heavy melee infantry, 2 of them are the heavy shock infantry. I had also brought with me 2 units of the Lancieri right here in my center. Where are they? There they are. 2 units of the Lancieri here, spear units. I had also brought with me a unit of the Roncesvalles. Guess that's pretty close. My general back here is the Family Ducal, and I'm guessing this right here is my general, because he's usually on the left side. If you're looking at the unit, usually on the left side of the flag. Plus his helmet is a little different than the rest of the guys. So, and then to get onto my cavalry onto my right flank here, I had brought a unit of these Death Company. I really like how these guys look. The black armor, the skulls on the shields there, just the black mounts and everything. I mean, they just look really cool to me. And I also had brought 2 units of the Milanese Signori also. So let's get this one underway here. Probably should have started this replay with them moving, but it's not that long of a replay, so let's just get a little fast forward going, and here we go. Okay, so units are starting to move forward. He's starting to push out his Lorrainer Courtiers here on my left flank. Cavalry is all pushing up on his right flank, my right flank here. I had moved up my 3 units of cavalry as well. He is still pushing forward all of his units. He's got his spears followed up by his medium shock infantry here, and the unit of Frank Archers coming up. My crossbows is beginning to start to fire. Started firing at his spearmen here at first. I think I ended up changing the target to start shooting at the medium shock infantry, as their missile block is 5. So they would have been a much better unit to shoot at than these. Their missile block is 30. So we just have a nice little, back and forth here with our ranged capabilities. He's getting some good shots in. So far, none of my guys have died. And so far in his ranged units, he has not lost any men yet. But I believe we both are starting to lose some of our infantry. My units are definitely taking some losses. That's lost 2. He's lost 1 so far. He started moving around this unit of cavalry on this side, and I had nothing over here but my general, so I ended up having to throw my general out onto that side. He moved one of his units of his Ritter into the wedge formation. I pushed one of my units into the wedge formation as well, pushing the Death Company out onto my far right flank over here. Still just some skirmish fire going back and forth. Lanceri has still lost one man. So, I mean, we're losing men on both sides here. Actually, no, he's not losing anybody. I'm just noticing that now. I didn't really notice it while we were doing the battle. Literally, we just did this battle maybe 5 minutes ago. So I figured I would just cover it real quick and toss it up on the channel. Hopefully you guys enjoy this content, and if you do, please make sure to put a like and comment on there, and feel free to subscribe to the channel. He's getting some really good shots over here, starting to really break down the armor of my Ransiri over here. Ranskasiri, I guess that's how you say it. I'm still learning how to say some of the names in 12-12 here. Still nobody's moving yet. We still have a pretty long skirmish phase. He's starting to move up his front lines here now, so I start moving up mine. As you can see, he's got a little bit better of a front line than I do. His units are 3 ranks deep, mine are only 2. So you'll find out that that's a really bad idea to do very shortly here. So I start pushing my cavalry out, but Death Company's taking on a unit of the Ritter over here, and here is the bad problem right here. He's got a free run with a unit of cavalry straight into a unit of my swordsmen, and they just crush right into the center of them and push right through them, just killing them as they're pulling out. Look, just watch the numbers drop. They just got absolutely obliterated there. I had 2 units back over here, heavy infantry and a unit of shock infantry, trying to catch up to the cavalry here, but they're able to just get another big smash in onto my Signori here. Heavy shock is finally caught up to the cavalry, but the cavalry continues on, just pushes right in through into my archers here now. So already I have Bedlam in my rear lines already. This is already not going well. So if you guys take anything from this video, this is what not to do in 12-12. He's still getting some really good shots off, taking down the armor here of my medium Poland infantry. He's starting to charge in a couple of units of his medium shock infantry against my medium melee infantry here. Also getting some really good shots in on his spearmen still, taking his spearmen down. They've already lost 18 men in that unit. So I felt like my archers were doing pretty well. He did push a unit of his heavy shock infantry, over into here to start combating my cavalry. So I threw a unit of my melee infantry in behind them, thinking maybe they would be able to do some sort of damage to the heavy shock infantry. As you can see, my guys are losing men. The heavy shock infantry have only lost 9. I was able to free up a unit of my Signori here. So I see that this is a wide open target here, so I'm just going to come in with a big charge straight in. Probably should have gotten back out of the wedge formation, because I believe wedge formation takes down your speed. Plus I probably would have more benefited if my units were fanned out fully into an actual unit instead of into a point like that. Starting to break some of his heavy shock infantry on my left flank here, though. So that, I mean, his medium shock infantry on my left flank here. So that kind of made me a little bit more hopeful that maybe this was going to go in a good way. Starting to break another unit of his Volskir's Hausfaller. Now I've pushed a unit of my heavy shock infantry into a unit of his spears here, and I'm quickly following up with some of my Spadaccini here into his spearman line as well. Like I said, I only had my general on this side, so I tried to do as best as I could against this unit of Courtiers. Pull my general back out. Now I have my medium polearm infantry taking on the Courtiers here, and you can see that the Courtiers are not faring very well against the Ronicini, Cassir, polearm infantry right here. I'm going to learn the words, guys, better. I'm sorry. I will learn the names of these units better. Now on this side here is a big problem for me. I am losing on this right side completely. My swords here broke. My cavalry broke. Death Company over here is about to break as well. So he's about to have a massive superior side on my right flank. As you can see, the battle's only another 3 minutes long, so this really shouldn't be any longer than a normal cup of coffee for you guys. So hopefully you're able to stick around for the entire video. We were able to break the Volsgear here and push off his unit of spearmen here as well. So I start charging out. Again, another mistake on my part. I start trying to use melee infantry to try and chase down some archers for some weird reason. I'm not sure why I did that. Trying to get another unit of my infantry in behind his spearmen here to start breaking them. So left side of the battlefield, I'm controlling a lot of it right now. Right side of the battle of my flank here is completely his. I mean, he's got 2 units of freed up cavalry completely. His general and heavy shock infantry here just absolutely decimating my last unit of the Signori heavy shock cavalry over there, and they're starting to rout. They are routing off of the battlefield here now. So that is not going well for me at all. He did have a unit of his spearmen come back to the battlefield, and now he's starting to use fire arrow just to bring down the morale of my men. We were able to break the spearmen here, so now I have 3 units on this side that are freed up. I start bringing these 2 units, my heavy shock infantry and my medium melee infantry, back over towards my front line here to try and help out, but here comes the beginning of the end, as he is just going to start being able to get his cavalry into the rear of my lines here and just start getting absolutely fantastic charges in, just breaking and shattering units, wavering here, I mean, starting to absolutely overtake the entire battlefield on this side. More charges in. This unit didn't even last. They just saw the cavalry coming in and broke immediately. My general's over here trying to take out the rest of this unit of spearmen, which I thought was a good thing, but then I ended up looking back over onto this side and noticing that my entire front line had broken on the right side. His cavalry was completely in my backfield. Trying to get some shots in here onto his Ritter with a unit of my light bows here, but they're just going to be able to get right in again with a big charge straight into the unit of my archers here. Start to waver them immediately. My general was victorious over here, but there's only 9 men left in his unit, so he's wavering and wanting to run, then comes back, then wants to run, then comes back. So, yep. Like the title of this video is going to say, what not to do in Medieval Kingdoms 1212, and that is, don't allow cavalry into your backfield. Here comes his general in here. Yeah, 16 seconds left in the video here. We're just going to get a big charge in by his general, just surrounding my last couple of units here. Crossbows here breaking, pole arms breaking, swords up at the front line here getting completely surrounded. They are broken as well. So there you go. Nice quick battle replay for you guys to watch. Like I said, cup of coffee, bagel, whatever it is you guys have, maybe lunch, early dinner, something like that, depending on where you are in the world. Let's go over some army breakdowns real quick. My general with a whopping 28 kills there, so really not a good showing by me with my general here. One of my units of the heavy shock infantry, 157, the other one with 46. My Lanceri here with 21 and 25. The Run Canieri with 51 kills. Getting into some of my swordsmen here, the Spadaccini with 22, 12, and 120 on this side. My Rutillari here with 12 and 115. This is my tier 3. These were my plan, was to have these guys as my big baddies in the backfield. As you can see, 32 and 27, not really that great. Getting into my archer corps here, my 2 units of archers, 10 and 24, crossbows, 34 and 73, and into my cavalry, again, 0 production here at all. 35, 25, and 75. So, I mean, 75's not the greatest, but it's not that bad either. Getting on to Smoky's side here for the Duchy of Lorraine, his general with 54 kills. Getting into his shock infantry, 31 and 22. I believe these are more shock infantry, 70 and 76. Getting into his spears, he had 57 and 24. Getting into some of his front line here of his swordsmen, the Merchant Marines, 34, 120, 36, 102, 88. His 1 unit of Frank Archers, 71. His Pavis Armbruste, 45, 95, and 98, and getting into his cavalry here. This was his medium melee cavalry. This was the one that my general was fighting. The Rainier Coultiers, 49 kills, and getting into his heavy shock cavalry. Wow, words are really difficult right now. 197, 205, and 181. So, Smokey, awesome battle, dude. Like I said to you right afterwards, I wish I had given you a better fight, but yeah, you just absolutely smashed my entire army like they weren't even on the battlefield. So, hope you guys enjoy the content. I'm just going to put a little thing in there saying that I am still part of the Backseat Generals. It is myself, Gorm Mulnir, and Lord Ellington, or Ellington Total War. I will make sure to put their links down in the description below. Hope you enjoy the content, and I will talk to you guys soon.